Imagine waking up one day to find that your wildest dreams have become your reality. The life you've always yearned for, the abundance, you've craved the love. You've longed for all of it, manifested before your very eyes. What if I told you that this is not merely a fantasy, but a truth that lies dormant? Within you, waiting to be awakened, the universe is not some distant, unresponsive entity. It is a living, breathing force that is constantly listening to the whispers of your soul. And once you start asking the universe in the right way with unwavering faith and conviction, your desires are not just heard, but they're already done. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract abundance, love, and success, while others struggle to make ends meet? The answer lies in the power of your thoughts, your beliefs, and your emotions. They're all powerful frequencies that shape your reality. When you learn to harness this power, when you learn to communicate with the universe in its own language, you become the master of your own destiny. But here's the catch. Most people ask from a place of lack, from a place of doubt. And fear, they beg and plead with the universe, hoping for scraps of mercy. But the universe does not respond to desperation. It responds to faith. It responds to the unshakable belief that what you desire is already yours. So how do you ask the universe in a way that guarantees results? How do you tap into the limitless abundance that is your birthright? The answer lies in the power of your imagination. Law of assumption. And the inevitability of manifest your imagination is the creative force within you, the tool that allows you to shape your reality. When you visualize your desires with vivid detail and unwavering faith, you are sending a powerful signal to the universe. You are telling it that what you desire is already done. The law of assumption states that whatever you assume to be true, the universe will make real. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, when you live in the end result of your desires, you are aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance. You are telling the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are worthy of your dreams. And here's the best part. Once you start asking the universe like this, manifestation becomes inevitable. The universe will conspire to bring your desires to fruition, to align the people, circumstances, and events necessary to make your dreams a reality. All you need to do is trust the process, to let go of doubt and fear, and to maintain unwavering faith in the inevitability of your success. So, my friends, are you ready to have your world turned upside down? Are you ready to experience the limitless abundance that is your birthright? Then join me on this journey of manifestation as we explore the art of asking the universe in a way that guarantees results. Your wildest dreams are about to become your everyday reality. The power of your imagination is the key to unlocking the limitless potential within you. It is the creative force that allows you to shape your reality, to bring your desires into manifestation. When you harness the power of your imagination, you become the architect of your own destiny. But what exactly is imagination? And how does it work? Imagination is the ability to create mental images, to visualize scenarios and possibilities that don't yet exist in the physical world. It is the bridge between the unseen and the seen, the link between the infinite potential of the universe and the tangible reality of your life. When you imagine something with vivid detail and unwavering faith, you're sending a powerful signal to the universe. You are telling it that what you desire is already done, that it is already yours. The universe doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply responds to the frequency of your thoughts and emotions. So how do you cultivate the power of your imagination? The first step is to get clear on what you truly desire. What does your ideal life look like? What kind of relationships, experiences, and abundance do you want to attract? The more specific and detailed your vision, the more powerful your imagination becomes once you have a clear vision. The next step is to engage your senses. Imagine not just the visual aspects of your desire, but the sounds, smells, tastes, and textures as well. The more fully you engage your senses, the more real your imagination becomes to your subconscious mind. For example, if your desire is to manifest your dream home, imagine yourself walking through front door. Feel the texture of the doorknob in your hand, the sensation, the floor beneath your feet. Smell the aroma of your favorite scent wafting through the air. Hear the laughter and conversation of your loved ones echoing through the rooms. The more vividly you imagine, the more powerfully you align yourself with the frequency of your desire. But the power of imagination goes beyond just visualizing your desires. It also involves assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. In other words, it means living as if your desires are already a reality even before they manifest in the physical world. This is where the law of assumption comes into play. The law of assumption states that whatever you assume to be true, the universe will make real. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance, love, and success. You are telling the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are worthy of your dream. So how do you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled? One powerful technique is to practice gratitude in advance. Instead of waiting for your desires to manifest before you feel grateful, start expressing gratitude. Now for what you know is on its way. Say things like, thank you, universe, for my dream home. I'm so grateful to wake up every morning in a space that fills me with joy and inspiration. By expressing gratitude in advance, you are aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance and attracting more what you desire. Another technique is to act as if your desires are already a reality. If your desire is to manifest a loving relationship, start treating yourself with the love and respect you desire from a partner. Take yourself on dates, buy yourself flowers, and speak kindly to yourself in the mirror. By embodying the energy of love, you attract more love into your life. The power of imagination is not just a tool for manifestation. It is a way of life. When you live from a place of imagination, you open yourself up to infinite possibilities. You become a magnet for miracle, conduit for the limitless abundance of the universe. The law of assumption is a powerful principle that can transform your life in ways you never thought possible. It states that whatever you assume to be true, the universe will make real. In other words, your assumptions create your reality. Think about that for a moment. Your assumptions, your beliefs, your inner conversations, they all have the power to shape your experience of life. When you assume that you are worthy of love and abundance, the universe responds by bringing more love and abundance into your life. When you assume that you are capable of achieving your dreams, the universe can to make those dreams a reality. But the law assumption goes even deeper, that it's not just about assuming positive things. It's about living in the end, about embodying the feeling of your wish fulfilled when you live in the end. I'm no longer hoping, wishing, or striving for your desire. Instead, you're living as if they're already a reality, as if they have already manifested in your life. This is a subtle but profound shift in consciousness. Most people spend their lives in a state of wanting, or feeling like they're lacking something. They believe that they will be happy when they finally achieve their goals, when they finally manifest their desires. But the truth is that state of wanting only perpetuates more wanting. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of lack and limitation. The law of assumption you to break free from that cycle, to step into the reality of your desires right now. It invites you to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, to embody the energy of abundance, love, and success even before it shows up in your physical reality. So how to do that? You live in the end, even when your current circumstances don't match your desired reality. The key is persistence. It's about maintaining the state of your wish fulfillment, even in the face of doubt, fear, or setbacks. When you first start practicing the law of assumption, it can feel uncomfortable, even delusional. Your mind will try to convince you that it's not real, that you're just fooling yourself. But the more you persist in maintaining the state of your wish fulfilled, the more natural it becomes. You start to see evidence of your desire manifesting in your life, and your faith grows stronger. One powerful way to maintain the state of yours fulfilled is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, either out loud or silently, that reinforce your desired reality. For example, if your desire is to manifest financial abundance, you might repeat affirmations like, I'm a magnet for money. Abundance flows to me easily and effortlessly. I'm worthy of all the wealth and prosperity I desire. By repeating these affirmations consistently, you are reprogrammed in your subconscious mind to align with the reality of your desires. You're shifting your assumptions, your beliefs, and your inner conversations to match the frequency of abundance. Another way to maintain the state of your wish fulfilled: visualization. As we discussed earlier, visualization is a powerful tool for engaging your imagination and aligning yourself with the frequency of your desires. When you visualize your desired reality with vivid detail and emotion, you are sending a clear signal to the universe that this is what you want to experience. But the key to effective visualization is to engage all of your senses, not just your visual sense, imagine, not just what your desired reality looks like or what it feels like, smells like, tastes like, and sounds like. The more fully you engage your senses, the more real your visualization becomes to your subconscious mind. The law of assumption is not just a tool for manifestation. It is a way of being. When you live from a place of assumption, you are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You become the creator of your reality, master of your destiny. You recognize that your assumptions, your beliefs, and your inner conversations have the power to shape your experience of life. And you choose to align them with the reality of your desires. Now that we've explored the power of imagination and the law of assumption, let's dive into the art of asking. Asking is the bridge between your desires and their manifestation. It's the way you communicate with the universe. The way you declare your intentions and set the wheels of creation in motion. But here's the thing, most people don't know how to ask. They ask from a place of lack of desperation or fear. They beg and plead with the universe, hoping for scraps of mercy. But the universe doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to faith. It responds to the unwavering conviction that what you desire is already yours. So how do you ask in a way that guarantees results? The first step is to ask with faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. When you ask with faith, you're not hoping or wishing for your desires to manifest. You are declaring that they are already done. You are aligning yourself with the reality of your desires even before they show up in your physical world. This kind of faith requires a deep trust in the universe and knowing that your desires are not just possible, but inevitable. It requires you to release your attachment to the how and when of manifestation and to surrender to the perfect timing and unfolding of the universe. The second step in the art of asking is to ask with conviction. Conviction is the unshakable belief in the truth of your desires, is the inner knowing that what you want is already yours, that it's your divine right to experience abundance, love. When you ask with conviction, you are not just making a request, you are making a command. You are telling the universe that this is what you expect, that this is what you demand. You are not asking for permission. You are claiming your birthright. But conviction isn't just about the words you speak, it's about the energy behind those words. It's about the feeling of certainty, of unwavering faith that infuses every cell of your being. When you ask with conviction, you're not just speaking your desires. You're becoming the vibrational match for what you want to experience. The third step in the art of asking is to let go of doubt and fear. Doubt and fear are the enemies of manifestation. They are the voices in your head that tell you it's not possible, that you're not worthy, that you'll never have what you want. They are the limiting beliefs that keep you stuck in a cycle of lack and limitation. But here's the thing. Doubt and fear are just thoughts. They're not the truth of who you are. Or you have the power to choose your thoughts, to choose your beliefs, to choose your assumptions. When you let go of doubt and fear, you create space for faith and conviction to take root. One powerful way to let go of doubt and fears through the practice of surrender is the act of releasing your attachment to the outcome, of trusting that the universe has your back. Even when you can't see the way forward, when you surrender, you're not giving up on your desires, giving them to a higher power, to the infinite wisdom of the universe. Surrender requires a deep level of trust, a willingness to let go of control and allow the universe to guide you. It requires you to release your grip on the how and when of manifestation, and to trust that everything is unfolding in perfect divine timing. The final step in the art of asking is to align your thoughts and actions with your desires. Manifestation is not just about asking, it's about becoming coming. It's about aligning every aspect of your being with the reality you want to create. This means thinking thoughts that match your desires, speaking words that affirm your worth, abundance, and taking actions that move you closer to your goals. It means living as if your desires are already a reality, even before they manifest in your physical world. When you align your thoughts and actions with your desires, you become a magnet for miracles. You attract people, circumstances, opportunities that support your vision. You create a life that is a living testament to the power of your faith and conviction. So, my friends, I invite you to master the art of asking. Ask with faith, with conviction, and with unwavering belief in the truth of your desires. Let go of without and feared, and surrender to the perfect timing and unfolding of the universe. Align your thoughts and actions with your desires and become the vibrational match for the reality you want to create. When you do, miracles become commonplace. The universe conspires to bring your desires into manifestation. Life becomes a living testament to the power of your asking. Master the art of asking and watch as your wildest dreams become your everyday reality. When you master the art of asking, when you align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the reality of your desires, manifestation becomes inevitable. It's not a question of if your desires will manifest, but when the universe is always listening, always responding to the vibration you are offering. And when you offer a vibration of faith, conviction, and unwavering belief, the universe has no choice but to deliver. But how exactly does manifestation work? How does the universe take your desires and turn them into physical reality? The answer lies in the concept of the bridge of incidents. The bridge of incidents is the series of events, people, and circumstances that the universe orchestrates to bring your desires into manifestation. It's the way the universe connects the dots, aligns the pieces of the puzzle, and creates the perfect conditions for your desires to come to fruition. When you ask for something, the universe immediately begins to arrange the bridge of incidents. It starts to move people and circumstances into place to create opportunities and open doors that will lead you to your desired out. It's like a cosm game of dominoes where each piece falls perfectly into place, creating a chain reaction of manifestation. But here's the thing, the bridge of incidents doesn't always look the way you expect it to sometimes. It takes you on a journey that seems unrelated to your desires. Sometimes it brings you challenges and obstacles that you must overcome. Sometimes it requires you to take leaps of faith and trust in the unknown. But every step along the bridge of incidents is necessary. Every challenge, every setback, every unexpected twist and turn is part of the divine plan. It's all leading you closer to your desires, even when it doesn't feel like it. The key to navigating the bridge of incidents is to trust the process, to surrender to the journey, even when you can't see the way forward, to have faith that the universe is conspiring in your favor, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Trusting the process means letting go of your attachment to the outcome. It means releasing your grip on the how and when of manifestation and allowing the universe to guide you. It means being open to the unexpected, to the miracles and synchronicities that show up along the way. When you trust the process, you open yourself up to the magic of manifestation. You allow the universe to work its wonders to bring you what you desire in ways that are beyond your wildest dreams. You become a co-creator with the universe, a partner in the dance of manifestation. The trusting the process isn't always easy. It requires a deep level of faith, a willingness to surrender to the unknown. It requires you to let go of your need for control. You need to have everything figured out. It requires you to embrace the mystery, to trust that everything's unfolding in perfect divine timing. One way to cultivate trust in the process is through the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is the act of acknowledging and appreciating the blessings in your life, even before your desires have manifested. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from lack to abundance, from scarcity to sufficiency. You train your mind to see the good in every situation, to find the silver lining in every cloud. Gratitude is also a powerful way to align yourself with the vibration of your desires. When you feel grateful for what you want even before it is manifested, you are sending a clear signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. You are telling the universe that you trust in its abundance. Way to cultivate trust in the process is through the practice of surrender. Surrender is the act of letting go of your attachment to the outcome, of releasing your need to control every aspect of your life. When you surrender, you are not giving up on your desires. You are giving them over to a higher power, to the infinite wisdom of the universe. Surrender requires a deep level of trust, the willingness to let go and allow the universe to guide you. It means being open to the unexpected, to the twists and turns along the bridge of incidents. It means trusting that everything is happening for your highest good, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. When you cultivate trust in the process, when you practice gratitude and surrender, manifestation becomes effortless. Your desires flow to you with ease and grace, and your life becomes a living testament to the power of your faith. You become a magnet for miracles, conduit for the abundance of the universe. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to remind you of the incredible power that lies within you, the power to create your reality, to manifest your deepest desires, to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. This power is not some distance unattainable force. It is the very essence of who you are. It is the birthright of every human being on this planet. Throughout this speech, we've explored the key principles manifest and the power of imagination, the law of assumption, the art of asking. We've discovered that the universe is not some separate entity, but a living extension of our own consciousness, that our thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions create our reality, and that by aligning ourselves with the vibration of our desires, we can manifest miracles on demand. But the journey of manifestation is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong practice. It requires a daily commitment to aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the reality you want to create. It requires a willingness to let go of limiting beliefs, to embrace the unknown, to trust in the perfect timing of the universe. And yet the rewards of this practice are beyond measure when you live from a place of faith and conviction. When you trust in the inevitability of your desires, your life becomes a living testament to the power of manifestation. You attract people, circumstances, and opportunities that support your vision. You experience a level of joy, abundance, and fulfillment that most people only dream of. So, my friends, I invite you to embrace this practice with every fiber of your being, to wake up each day with a sense of excitement and anticipation, knowing that your desires are on their way, to cultivate a deep sense of gratitude for the blessings in your life, even before they have manifested, to surrender to the perfect timing and unfolding of the universe, trusting that everything is happening for your highest good and above. Well, I invite you to remember the truth of who you are. You are not just a physical being confined to the limitations of this earthly realm. You are an infinite, eternal, powerful creator with the ability to shape your reality in any way you choose. You're a divine spark of the universe itself, a unique, expression of the infinite intelligence that pervades all things as you go forth from this moment, carry this truth with you. Let it be your guiding light, your North Star, your unwavering conviction. Know that you are worthy of your desires, that you're capable of manifesting miracles, that you are loved and supported by the universe in every moment. And when challenges arise, when doubts creep in, when the journey seems long and uncertain, remember the words of the great mystic Rumi. What you seek is seeking you. Your desires are not some distant, unattainable fantasy. They are the very essence of your being, the call of your soul. Trust in their inevitability and let them guide you home. So, my friends, go forth with faith, with conviction, with unwavering belief in the power of your dreams. Manifest miracles, create magic, and live a life beyond your wildest imagination. The universe is waiting for you, cheering you on, conspiring in your faith. All you have to do is say yes, yes to your desires. Yes to your dreams, yes to the infinite possibility that lies within you, yes to a life of joy, abundance, and limitless potential. Yes to the magic and miracles of the universe. Now and always, thank you for joining me on this journey of manifestation. May your dreams take flight, may your desires become reality, and may your life be a living testament to the power of your faith. The universe is yours. My friends, claim it, own it, and let it lead you to a life beyond your wildest dreams.
You're listening to Inner Guidance Channel.
Those who experience the Christian mystery are charged with the responsibility of telling others. Their aim is the awakening of faith in God. For as Paul, I ask the question, how can men call upon him in whom they have not believed? And how can they believe in him of whom they have never heard? And how can they hear unless there is a preacher? And how can men preach unless they are sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who preach good news. But not all have heeded the gospel. For Isaiah says, who, O Lord, has believed what he has heard from us? So, faith comes from what is heard, and what is heard comes from the preaching of Christ. Now, Christ is not a person outside of you who lived 2,000 years ago. Christ is the cosmic being who became humanity by burying himself in every child born of woman. Ask the average person if they believe in God, and many of them will say yes. But when asked to define him, they will describe someone other than themselves. So, how can men call upon one in whom they do not believe? I tell you, the only God in the universe is your own wonderful human imagination. When you say, I am, that is God. There is no other God other than he who is encased in the limitation of your little garment of flesh. How can you call upon him when you do not believe you are he? And how can you believe in him of whom you have never heard? What preacher ever told you that your own wonderful human imagination is God? They paint a word picture of a God outside of you, but that is not the true God. And when someone comes and tells you who he really is, the idea is blasphemous. No one wants to believe that he is creating the conditions of his life. But God is the only causative power, as there is nothing but God. Everything is caused by imagination. He is the only reality. So how can you believe in him of whom you have never heard? And how can you hear of him unless there is a preacher? And how can there be a preacher unless he is sent? This morning's paper contained an article saying that scientists have discovered that the so-called throne Peter was to have sat upon 2,000 years ago is only 900 years old. They have now taken the chair out of its encasement, but are keeping it as a holy relic, when it was never any more than a piece of wood upon which some self-appointed nut sat while calling himself the Emperor, the Pope, or Holy One. But now, after 1,000 years of nonsense, the truth has been revealed. What are we going to do when man does not want to hear the truth that he is responsible for his own life, that his imagination is the only God? When you look out on the world, you may think you had nothing to do with its creation, but you did. You do not know it yet, because its purpose has not been revealed to you. But by the restriction and limitation of your own creative power, you became your created world, that you may expand beyond it and create a still greater world for even further expansion of yourself. God is ever expanding his illumination. He took upon himself the limit of contraction called man, the limit of opacity called man, that he may break the limitation and expand. That's the glory of it all. I have experienced scripture and am under an obligation to tell it. Like Jeremiah, If I say, I will not mention him or speak any more in his name, there is in my heart, as it were, a burning fire shut up in my being, and I am weary with holding it in, and I cannot. I must share my experience with others to encourage all to believe in God, but it is my responsibility to tell them who God is. When men believe the characters of Scripture to be historically true, they are taking truth and modifying it to the limitation of the weakness of the human soul. They are not characters of history, but personifications of the aspects of the human mind. This is true from Jesus down. Jesus is the personification of the fulfillment of the plan that you set up in the beginning of time. Having created the plan before the world came into being, you and I entered our creation. Jesus is the fulfillment of our plan. When his story fulfills itself in you, you must tell your brothers who are sound asleep to wean them from the nonsense told year after year of some external God to whom they must pay homage, when there is no external God. It is Christ in man who is his hope of glory, and Christ is God's plan of redemption, which was set up before that the world was. That plan is in the depth of every being, waiting to be awakened and fulfilled. Now we are told that the pattern man said, unless you believe that I am he, you will die in your sins. Put the little word is in this sentence as, unless you believe that I am is he, you will die in your sins. Those who heard that statement did not know that he was speaking of the Father, but the Father is the cause, just as your Father is the cause of you, for without a father you could not be, so must all life be fathered. So I say to you, unless you believe that your I am is the Father of your life, you will continue to miss your goals in life. Your I amness is the Lord Jesus Christ, and there is no other. How do I know this to be true? Read his story as told in the Gospels. Having been born from above, he said, I am from above, and you are from below. And where I'm going, you cannot now come. Why? Because, having fulfilled Scripture, he is returning to the source with the knowledge that he is the source. It isn't that you will not come, but that you cannot come until you have fulfilled what you agreed to fulfill before that the world was. You and I agreed to dream in concert, and we will not break our pledge to each other. We came down from heaven and descended right into our creation, where we are playing the parts we agreed to play, and as long as we think of God as another, we are sound asleep. But when the time is fulfilled, one is sent to awaken his sleeping brothers, saying, He who sees me sees him who sent me, for I sent myself. And who am I? I am the one you call God. I call him Father, for having found him, I know that he and I are one. We are told that the one who was sent was called Paul. It was Paul who spent his days from morning to evening testifying to the kingdom of heaven and trying to convince all to whom he spoke about Jesus, both from the law of Moses and the prophets. Some were convinced by what he said, while others disbelieved. But he welcomed everyone who came. That's all I can do. Having had the same experiences as Paul, all I can tell you is what I have experienced. I know that Jesus Christ is the only reality. He is God the Father, housed in you as your awareness of being. You will know this to be true the day you are possessed by a peculiar vibration, which Scripture calls wind, saying, The wind blows where it will, and you hear the sound of it, but you cannot tell whence it comes or whither it goes. So it is with everyone who is born of the Spirit. When the wind possesses you, your entire body will vibrate, and you will awaken in the tomb where you buried yourself, to realize that no man took your life. You laid it down yourself. That you have the power to lay it down and the power to lift it up again. You laid your creative power down within your own creation, which is man. For eternity exists, and all things in eternity independent of creation, which was an act of mercy. Man is part of the eternal structure of the universe, and you laid yourself down within man. That was your act of mercy. Now I would like to change the word creation to recreation, for it is a transcending of one's own creation. I, divine imagination, came down into my own creation, and by recreating it, I transcend it to awaken myself from this body of death. One day you too will awaken within your skull to find yourself entombed. You will come out to find the symbolism of Scripture concerning the birth of Jesus Christ surrounding you. But it's all about you, not another. For you are Jesus Christ, coming out of Golgotha, your own skull. The babe wrapped in swaddling clothes will be there, and those who witness your birth are there. But they cannot see you, as you are now God's begotten, and God is Spirit. Jesus Christ is a pattern buried in you, which you will experience one day. Then you will know that the Bible is your own personal spiritual biography. Let men have their so-called holy relics and all the other things, and forgive them, as they do not know what they are doing. They are the blind leaders of the blind. The other day someone asked me if the Bible was all I ever talked about. They thought it was very limited and monotonous, but I find it a never-ending mystery. I preach Christ, crucified on humanity, not on some little piece of wood in the Near East 2,000 years ago. There never was any man who was crucified in that manner. Oh, we have insane men, like our Hitlers and Stalins, who will crucify a man because of his belief. In our own land, men have hung other men on trees thinking they are doing God's business. But that's not the story of Christ. For he became humanity that humanity may become God. Now no one ascends into heaven, but he who first descended from heaven, the Son of Man. Buried in you is that Son, who is going to come out of you. And coming out of you, he is the Son of Man, one with the one who descended from heaven, who is God. Listen carefully. I am the root and the offspring of David, the bright morning star. Yes, I am the root, the father of David, yet I am David's offspring. So the father of David and the offspring of David are one and the same being. David, the symbol of humanity, always does the Father's will. Everyone and everything here is doing the Father's will. Say, I am. That's the Father. Condition your I am by saying, I am prosperous, and you are doing the Father's will. In the 3rd chapter of the book of Samuel, the word Samuel in Hebrew means his name is God. Samuel. The Lord spoke to the boy Samuel, saying, those who honor me I will honor, and those who despise me they shall be lightly esteemed. In other words, your concept of yourself is either your honor or your dishonor. If you feel little when you meet someone, you are dishonoring God. Have you ever met anyone you thought more important than you? He may be richer, bigger, stronger, or more handsome. He may be everything you think you are not. But if you felt small in his presence because he had more money, was wiser, stronger, or better dressed than you are dishonoring God, as God's name is I am. And he who honors me, I will honor, and he who despises me shall be lightly esteemed. The boy Samuel, believing God to be another, heard a voice seemingly coming from without. So he went to the prophet Elijah, which means my God, and he was told to go back and dream again. This he did only to repeat the dream. 3 times he heard the voice calling him, until he knew who the Lord was, and grew into his oneness to become the great prophet. The Samuel in you speaks, saying, those who honor me I will honor, and those who despise me will be lightly esteemed. If you feel inferior towards anyone, you are despising the name of God, which is, I am. Don't let anyone make you feel little. They may try to do it, but only if you feel small already. If you don't feel little, it does not matter what or who they are. You may not have a nickel in your pocket, but you won't feel little when you know that God is your imagination. You can't be more than God, so you are God. Do not walk the earth in an arrogant way, but never let anyone put you down. I was born on a little island called Barbados. The island is just like a large farm, where everything is planted in order to produce $1. We planted sugar cane, from which we received its produce of molasses, rum, etc. When I was a child, we had no chemical fertilizers. The animal products called manure were used to put life back into the fields. When we would scatter this on the field to fertilize it, we would call it broadcasting. This was long before telephones, radio, or television. Now we have a broadcasting industry, which tells us that we will lose our hair, teeth, and everything if we don't buy a certain product. Isn't that BS? And then from BS, they go to MS. that's more of the same thing as it's piled higher and higher. That's the world. So let no one here make you feel little. You are God. He is buried in you as your own wonderful human imagination. In the 13th chapter of 2 Corinthians, Paul invites you to test God, saying, "Come, test yourself. Do you not realize that Jesus Christ is in you?" That's quite a challenge. If Jesus Christ is in you, and you know he is your human imagination, which you believe creates reality, you can test him by imagining that you are what? At the moment, your reason denies, and your senses deny. Now, can you believe in your imagination? Can you awaken your faith in the true God, who is your human imagination? Try it. Walk as though you were the person you desire to be. Ask yourself how you would feel if it were true, for feeling creates life. This is brought out in Scripture. We are told that Isaac was blind when he said, "Come close, my son, that I may feel you." He could not see what he was assuming, so he sought the feeling. Throughout Scripture you find the blind father calling his son to be felt and touched. When Joseph placed his sons before Jacob, who admitted being blind, he crossed his hands as he blessed the boys, then justified his act. Now I ask you, what would the feeling be like if your desire could be felt? How would you feel now if you were the man you want to be? Catch the feeling and believe in Jesus Christ, knowing he is your imagination. Everything is possible to imagine, but it takes faith to create its reality. Just as I said earlier, first, you must hear, then acceptance will come through faith. How can men call upon him in whom they have not believed? The average person does not believe in himself. Before I wrote the first chapter in my book, Your Faith is Your Fortune, I wrote one little line saying, "Man's faith in God is measured by his confidence in himself." I can't tell you what criticism I have had because of that statement, but it's still there, for I know it is true. Your faith in God is measured by your confidence in yourself, because your true self is God. So how could a man call upon himself when he does not believe in himself? And how can he believe when he has never been told? And how can he be told unless there is a preacher? And how can there be a preacher unless he is sent? So one who has experienced Scripture is sent, as I have been sent. So I say to you, you don't owe anything to anyone because God himself became you. Even though you can't pay rent and you haven't eaten much today, within you is the being who owns the universe, who created and sustains it. His name is I Am. Rather than calling upon his name, call with his name by saying, I am free, I am wealthy, I am rich, and I am healthy. The I Am that you are is the creative power of the universe. I have personally experienced the story of Jesus Christ in detail, so I know what I am talking about. I am not theorizing. Christ in you is God's plan of salvation, and God in you is your I Am. When you experience the story of Jesus Christ, it will be in the first person, singular, present tense. You don't see another. You are the one who first resurrects and is born, as Scripture unfolds itself within you. I stand before you as a witness, and, like Paul, I spend my last days from morning to night testifying to the kingdom of God and trying to convince everyone that Jesus Christ is the fulfillment of the law and the prophets. You came here only to fulfill Scripture. Christ is in you and must fulfill himself in you, so let no one make you feel little. And don't you feel arrogant. I cannot meet anyone I do not respect. He may be the one who shines my shoes, but he is God. I am shining my own shoes in the being who is doing it, and I respect him. He has to pay rent, buy food and clothing. Just because he plays the part of shining shoes doesn't mean he is less than. Behind these masks, we are all brothers. I knew you before that the world was. At that time, we were one being who is God. We are made up of a brotherhood of infinite brothers. Yet, in spite of the number, we will all know each other individually and distinctly as we return to the one being. We came down and became fragmented into our own creation. We are going back to the one being we really are, who is God the Father. You are He, and one day you are going to know it from experience. Now let us go into the silence.
In the quietude of a moonlit garden, a gentle breeze whispers through the leaves, carrying with it the essence of unspoken devotion. Have you ever felt the profound impact of a love so deep it transcends words? Love that communicates through the subtlest of gestures, the softest of touches, the most profound silences. Close your eyes for a moment. Envision a couple, hand in hand, walking through this tranquil garden. No words pass between them, yet their connection is palpable, electric, alive. This, dear friends, is the power of silent love. A force so potent, it can move mountains without uttering a single sound. But how does one harness this power? How can we show our true worth to our loved ones without resorting to grand declarations or extravagant display? The answer lies in the whisper of that breeze, in the gentle rustle of leaves, in the unspoken understanding that passes between two souls deeply in tune with each other. It's in the small, seemingly insignificant moments that true love flourishes and our worth shines through. Think back to a time when you felt truly seen, truly understood by your partner. Was it during a heartfelt conversation? Perhaps, but more often than not, it's in those quiet moments. A knowing glance across a crowded room, a comforting hand on your shoulder during a challenging time, or simply their presence beside you as you face life's ups and downs. These are the threads that weave the tapestry of a profound, enduring love, invisible to the naked eye, yet stronger than the most unbreakable steel. These threads connect us to our loved ones in ways that words often fail to capture. But here's the crux of the matter. These threads, these connections, they don't just happen by chance. They are cultivated, nurtured, grown with intention and care. And at the heart of this cultivation lies a fundamental truth. To truly show your worth to your loved one, you must first recognize and embrace your own inherent value. You see, the world outside is but a reflection of our inner reality. The love we receive, the worth others see and use, it all stems from the love and worth we recognize within ourselves. This isn't about ego or self-importance. No. This is about acknowledging the divine spark that resides within each of us, the unique essence that makes us who we are. When we truly embrace our own worth, when we stand firm in the knowledge of our inherent value, we radiate an energy that others can't help but notice. It's like a beacon drawing our loved ones closer, inviting them to see us as we truly are. But how do we cultivate this inner worth? How do we nurture the divine spark within us? It begins with self-reflection. Take a moment now to look within. What are the qualities that make you uniquely you? What are the strengths you bring to your relationships? Perhaps it's your unwavering loyalty, your ability to find humor in difficult situations, or your capacity for deep empathy. Whatever these qualities are, acknowledge them, embrace them, for they are the building blocks. Now imagine infusing every interaction with your loved one with this sense of self-worth. Imagine approaching each moment, each gesture, each silence with the full knowledge of your inherent value. How would that change the dynamics of your relationship? You see, when we operate from a place of inner worth, our actions take on a new depth, a new significance. A simple touch becomes a profound expression of love. A moment of silence transforms into a space of deep connection. Even the most mundane of daily interactions becomes infused with meaning and purpose. This is the alchemy of silent love. The ability to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary through the power of our inner state. But let's be clear, this isn't about perfection. It's not about presenting a flawless facade to your loved one. True worth, true love, embraces all aspects of who we are, our strengths and our vulnerabilities, our light and our shadows. In fact, it's often in our moments of vulnerability that our true worth shines brightest. And when we allow our loved ones to see us as we truly are, without pretense or mask, we create a space for deep, authentic connection. Remember the couple in the garden. Their silent connection wasn't born from perfection. It was forged in the crucible of shared experiences, joys and sorrows, triumphs and challenges. It was nurtured through moments of vulnerability, through times when they allowed themselves to be truly seen by each other. This vulnerability, this authenticity, is a gift we give to our loved one. It's a silent action that speaks volumes about our trust, our commitment, our love. But here's the beautiful paradox. The more we embrace our own worth, the less we need external validation. We no longer seek to prove our value through grand gestures or constant reassurance. Instead, we simply are. We exist in our truth, radiating our worth through every fiber of our. And in this state of being, we create a magnetic field of love around us. We attract experiences, people, and circumstances that align with our inner state. Our relationships become a reflection of the love and worth we hold within. This is where the true power of silent love lies, in its ability to transform not just our relationships, but our entire reality. As we cultivate our inner worth and express it through silent actions, we begin to see the world through new eyes. We notice the beauty in the small moments, the profound in the mundane. Our loved ones in turn begin to see us differently. They sense the shift in our energy, the depth of our self-worth. And as they do, the dynamics of the relationship begin to change. The connection deepens, the understanding grows, the love expands. But remember, this isn't a destination we arrive at overnight. It's a journey, a continuous process of growth and self-discovery. There will be moments of doubt, times when old patterns of thinking try to reassert themselves. In these moments, we must return to our center, to the knowledge of our inherent worth. Imagine for a moment that you are a mighty oak tree. Your roots run deep into the earth, drawing nourishment from the soil of self-love and self-worth. Your trunk stands tall and strong, representing your core values and beliefs. Your branches reach toward the sky, ever growing, ever expanding. Now envision your loved one as another tree standing beside you. Your branches intertwine, creating a canopy of shared experiences and mutual support. But notice, each tree stands on its own, rooted in its own soil, strong in its own right. This is the essence of a healthy relationship. Two whole individuals choosing to share their lives, each secure in their own worth, each contribute to the growth of the other. As we stand in this awareness, we begin to understand that true love isn't about completing each other. It's about complementing each other. It's about creating a space where both individuals can flourish, where both can express their true worth. And it's in this space that the magic of silent love truly comes alive. It's here that a simple glance can convey volumes of affection. It's here that a gentle touch can provide more comfort than 1,000 words. It's here that silence becomes not an absence, but a presence, a tangible expression of love and connection. So as we move forward, let's carry this awareness with us. Let's approach our relationships not from a place of lack or need, but from a place of fullness and abundance. Let's allow our inner worth to shine through in every interaction, every gesture, every moment of silence. For in doing so, we not only show our loved ones our true worth, we invite them to recognize and embrace their own. And in this mutual recognition, this shared understanding of inherent value, we create relationships that are not just satisfying but truly transformative. This, dear friend, is the power of silent love. This is the alchemy that turns ordinary moments into extraordinary expressions of connection. This is the magic that awakes us when we fully embrace our worth and allow it to radiate through our being. As we continue on this journey of self-discovery and deepening connection, remember, the most profound expressions of love often require no words at all. They reside in the spaces between breaths, in the silence between heartbeats, in the unspoken understanding that passes between two souls deeply in tune with each other. And it all begins with you, with your recognition of your own inherent worth, with your willingness to stand in your truth, with your courage to love deeply and authentically. From this foundation, we can explore the specific actions, the silent gestures that can transform our relationships and deepen our connections. So let us now turn our attention to these actions, these powerful yet subtle ways we can show our loved ones our true worth. For in these actions, we find the practical application of all we've discussed, the tangible expression of our inner worth, the silent language of profound love. As we stand rooted in the awareness of our inherent worth, we find ourselves at the threshold of transformation. The journey we've embarked upon isn't just one of self-discovery, but a profound connection. It's a path that leads us to the heart of what it means to truly love. What does it mean to show your worth to your loved one? Is it in the grand gestures, the lavish gifts, the eloquent declarations of love? Or could it be in something far more subtle, far more profound? The truth, my friends, lies in the silent actions. These are the gestures that speak louder than words, the moments that resonate in the depths of our being. They are the unspoken language of love, the quiet symphony of connection that plays between two hearts in tune. Let us explore 9 such actions, each a powerful testament to your work, each a silent declaration of your love. The first of these actions is the art of presence. In a world constantly vying for our attention, true presence is a rare and precious gift. It's about being fully there in body, mind, and spirit with your loved one. It's about putting away the distractions, silencing the mental chatter, and simply being. Think of a time when someone gave you their undivided attention. How did it make you feel? Valued? Important? Loved? That's the power of presence. When you choose to be fully present with your loved one, you're saying, without words, you matter to me. You are worthy of my time and attention. This presence manifests in myriad ways. It's in the way you turn towards your partner when they speak, giving them your full attention. It's in the way you put down your phone during dinner, choosing connection over distraction. It's in the way you sit in comfortable silence, simply enjoying each other's company. Presence is not just about physical proximity. It's about emotional availability. It's about creating a space where your loved one feels seen, heard, and understood. In your presence, they should feel free to be themselves, to express thoughts and feelings without fear or judgment. Remember, every moment of true presence is a gift. It's a silent action that speaks volumes about your love and the worth you place on your relationship. The second silent action, unwavering support. This goes beyond mere words of encouragement. It's about being a steady, reliable presence in your loved one's life, especially during challenging times. Unwavering support is standing by your partner's side as they pursue their dreams, even when those dreams seem impossible. It's believing in them when they struggle to believe in themselves. It's being their rock when the storms of life threaten to overwhelm them. This support doesn't always require grand gestures. Sometimes it's as simple as a reassuring squeeze of the hand before an important meeting. Other times it's staying up late to help them prepare for a presentation. It's celebrating their victories, no matter how small, and comforting them in their unwavering support is also about creating a safe haven for your loved one. It's about being the person they can turn to when the world feels too much. In your support, they find strength. In your steadfastness, they find courage. Remember, when you offer unwavering support, you are silently saying, I believe in you. I am here for you, no matter what. And in doing so, you demonstrate your own worth as a partner, a friend, a lover. The third silent action is the language of touch. In the gentle caress of a hand, the warm embrace of a hug, the soft brush of lips, you find a form of communication that transcends words. Physical touch has the power to comfort, to heal, to express love in its purest form. It's in the way you reach for your partner's hand as you walk together. It's in the comforting arm around their shoulder when they're feeling down. It's in the tender kiss goodnight and the warm cuddle in the morning. But the language of touch goes beyond romantic gestures. It's also in the playful ruffle of hair, the gentle pat on the back, the comforting hand on the arm. Each touch is a wordless expression of affection, of connection, of... Remember, touch is a powerful tool. Use it mindfully, respectfully. Let your touch be a source of comfort, of reassurance, of love. Let it speak the words your mouth cannot utter, express the emotions your voice cannot convey. The fourth silent action is thoughtful gestures. These are the small acts of kindness that show your loved one you're thinking of them, that you care about their happiness and well-being. It could be as simple as making their favorite breakfast on a busy morning, or leaving a loving note in their lunchbox. Perhaps it's taking care of a chore they usually do, without being asked, or remembering to pick up their favorite snack when you're at the store. These gestures don't need to be grand or expensive. Their power lies in their thoughtfulness, in the fact that you paid attention to your loved one's needs and preferences. When you perform these thoughtful gestures, you are silently saying, I see you. I know you. I care about your happiness. And in doing so, you're showing your worth as a partner who's attentive, considerate. The fifth silent action is empathetic listening. This goes beyond merely hearing the words your loved one speaks. It's about truly listening with your heart, seeking to understand their perspective, their feelings, their needs. Empathetic listening involves giving your full attention when your partner speaks. It's about maintaining eye contact, nodding in understanding, and responding with empathy. It's about creating a safe space where they feel comfortable sharing their deepest thoughts and feelings. But empathetic listening isn't just about being silent while the other person talks. It's about asking thoughtful questions, reflecting back what you've heard to ensure understanding, and responding with compassion. When you practice empathetic listening, you're silently saying, your thoughts and feelings matter to me. I want to understand you. This level of attention and understanding is a powerful expression of love and respect. The sixth silent action is creating sacred spaces. These are the physical and emotional environments where your love can flourish, where you and your partner can connect deeply and authentically. A sacred space could be a physical location, a cozy corner in your home where you enjoy your morning coffee together, or a favorite spot in nature where you go for walks. But it can also be a temporal space, a weekly date night, or a daily ritual of sharing your highs and lows. Creating these spaces is about intentionally carving out time and place for your relationship to grow. It is about prioritizing your connection amidst the chaos of daily life. In these sacred spaces, you have the opportunity to be fully present with each other to deepen your bond, to create shared memories. When you create and maintain these spaces, you're silently saying, our relationship is a priority to me. I want us to have time and space to connect. Seventh silent action, nurturing personal growth. This is about encouraging and supporting your loved one's evolution as an individual, while also focusing on your own growth. Nurturing personal growth involves encouraging your partner to pursue their passions, to learn new skills, to step out of their comfort zone. It's about celebrating their achievements and supporting them through their struggles. But it's equally about focusing on your own growth. It's about continuously working on becoming the best version of yourself, not just for your partner, but for yourself. When you nurture personal growth, both your partner's and your own, you're silently saying, I believe in your potential, and I'm committed to realizing my own. I want us both to be the best versions of ourselves. Create silent actions honoring boundaries. This is about respecting your loved one's individuality, their need for personal space, their right to have thoughts, feelings, and experiences that are separate from you. Honoring boundaries means asking for consent before entering their personal space. It means respecting their need for alone time. It means accepting that there may be parts of their life that they choose not to share with you. But it's also about setting and maintaining your own healthy boundaries. It's about communicating your needs clearly and respectfully, standing firm in what you know is right for you. When you honor boundaries, both yours and your partner's, you are silently saying, I respect you as an individual. I value our autonomy as much as I value our connection. The ninth and final silent action is radiating unconditional love. This is perhaps the most powerful, yet the most challenging of all the actions. Radiating unconditional love means loving your partner, not for what they do or what they give you, but simply for who they are. It means loving them on their good days and their bad days, when they're at their best and when they're struggling. It means loving them enough to let them be themselves, to make their own choices, to follow their own path, even when that path diverges from yours. It means loving them through changes, through growth, through evolution. Unconditional love doesn't mean accepting harmful behavior or staying in unhealthy situations. Rather, it means maintaining a core of love and respect for the essence of who your partner is, even when you disagree with their actions. When you radiate unconditional love, you're silently saying, I love you for who you are, not for what you do for me. My love for you is not dependent on circumstances or conditions. These 9 silent actions, the presence, unwavering support, the language of touch, thoughtful gestures, empathetic listening, creating sacred spaces, nurturing personal growth, honoring boundaries, and radiating unconditional love, are powerful ways to show your loved one your true worth. They are not grand declarations or extravagant displays. They are quiet, consistent actions that, over time, weave a tapestry of deep connection and profound love. As you incorporate these actions into your daily life, remember that they're not tasks to be checked off a list. They are expressions of your inner state, reflections of the love and worth you hold within yourself. Practice them with intention, with mindfulness, with love. Let them become as natural as breathing, as integral to your relationship as the air you share. And as you do, watch how your relationship transforms. Notice how your connection deepens, how your understanding of each other grows, how your love expands and evolves. For in these silent actions, you are not just showing your worth to your loved one. You are creating a relationship of mutual respect, deep understanding, and profound love. You are crafting a love story written not in words, but in the language of silent, meaningful actions. And in this silent symphony of love, you'll find a connection more powerful, more profound than words could ever express. This, dear friends, is the true power of silent love. This is how you show your loved one your true worth. As we've explored the 9 silent actions that demonstrate our worth to our loved ones, we find ourselves at the threshold of profound truth. Our relationships are mirrors, reflecting back to us the love and worth we hold within ourselves. This realization brings us to the heart of manifesting our true worth, not just in our relationships, but in every aspect of our life. How do you perceive yourself? What value do you place on your own being? The answers to these questions shape not only how you interact with your loved ones, but how you move through the world at large. You see, the process of manifesting your true worth begins within. It's an internal journey, a shift in consciousness that ripples outward, touching every facet of your existence. This isn't about ego or self-importance. Rather, it's about recognizing and honoring the divine essence that resides within you. Think of yourself as a vessel of infinite potential, a unique expression of the universal consciousness. Within you lies all the wisdom, all the love, all the power you could ever need. Your task is not to acquire worth from external sources, but to uncover and express the worth that already exists within you. This understanding transforms how we approach our relationships. No longer do we seek validation or completion from our partners. Instead, we come to our relationships whole, complete, brimming with love and worth. From this place of fullness, we can truly give, truly love, truly connect. But how do we make this shift? How do we move from seeking worth externally to recognizing and manifesting our inherent value? It begins with self-reflection. Take a moment now to look within. What qualities do you admire in yourself? What strengths do you bring to your relationships, to your work, to the world? Perhaps it's your compassion, your creativity, your resilience. Whatever these qualities are, acknowledge them. Celebrate them, for they are expressions of your true worth. Next, consider the beliefs you hold about yourself. Are they limiting or empowering? Do they reflect your true potential, or do they keep you small? Remember, your beliefs shape your reality. As you think, so shall you become. If you find yourself harboring limiting beliefs, know that you have the power to change them. You are not bound by past programming or societal expectations. You are a creator capable of reshaping your inner world and, by extension, your outer reality. This makes you a powerful truth. You are not merely a passive observer of your life, but an active creator of your experience. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your expectations, these are the tools with which you sculpt your reality. When you truly understand this, you begin to approach life differently. You no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstances, but as a powerful creator of your own destiny. This shift in perspective is transformative, not just for you, but for everyone around you. In your relationships, this manifests as a profound sense of security and authenticity. You no longer need your partner to complete you or validate your worth. Instead, you come to the relationship as a whole being, offering your love freely. This is the essence of unconditional love, a love that flows from your own fullness, not from a place of lack or need. It's a love that says, I don't need you to be a certain way for me to love you. I love you as you are, and I love myself as I am. As you embody this truth, you'll find that your relationships naturally deepen and flourish. The silent actions we discussed earlier become not just things you do, but natural expressions of your inner state, presence, support, empathy. These flow effortlessly from your being because they are aligned with your true nature. But manifesting your true worth goes beyond your relationships. It touches every aspect of your life. In your work, it shows up as confidence and excellence. In your personal pursuits, it manifests as passion and dedication. In your spiritual life, it expresses itself as peace and connection to something greater than yourself. You begin to move through the world with a quiet confidence, a serene knowing of your inherent value. This doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or doubts, but when you do, you have a deep well of self-worth to draw from, an unshakable foundation that supports you through life's ups and downs. You must follow the secret. The most effective way to manifest your true worth is to live from the end. What does this mean? It means embodying the state of being you desire as if it's already your reality. If you want to be valued, act as someone who knows their worth. If you want to be loved, be loving. If you want to be respected, be respectful. This isn't about pretending or putting on a facade. It's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your truest, highest self. When you live from this place, you send out a powerful message to the universe. You declare, this is who I am. This is my word. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds in kind, reflecting back to you the reality you claim for yourself. This principle applies to all areas of life, including your relationships. If you want a relationship filled with love, respect, and understanding, embody those qualities yourself. Be the partner you wish to attract. Live as if you're already in the relationship of your dreams. As you do this, you'll find that your external reality begins to shift to match your inner state. The right people, opportunities, and experiences naturally gravitate towards you because you're vibrating at a frequency that attracts them. Remember, manifesting your true worth isn't about changing who you are at your core. It's about peeling away the layers of doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs to reveal the radiant being you've always been beneath. It's about recognizing that you are not separate from the source of all creation, but an integral part of it. You are not just a drop in the ocean, but the entire ocean in a drop. When you truly understand and embody this truth, your worth becomes self-evident undeniably. So, as we conclude this exploration of silent love in 2 words, I invite you to carry these truths with you. Let them infuse your thoughts, your actions, your very being. Live each day as a testament to your inherent value, your divine nature. Express your worth through the silent actions we discussed. Be present. Offer unwavering support. Speak the language of touch. Perform thoughtful gestures. Listen with empathy. Create sacred spaces. Nurture growth. Honor boundaries. Radiate unconditional love. But above all, remember this. Your true worth isn't something you need to prove or earn. It's your birthright, your inherent nature. Your task is simply to recognize it, to embody it, to live from it. As you do, you'll find that your relationships transform, your life expands, and you become a powerful force for love and positive change in the world. But when you truly manifest your worth, you give others permission to do the same. You become a living example of what's possible when we embrace our divine nature and live from a place of love and authenticity. This, dear friends, is the ultimate expression of silent love. The love that needs no words because it radiates from every fiber of your being. This is how you truly show your loved ones, and indeed the world, your true magnificent worth. You're living alive. Yes, you heard that right. The person you are right now, the one sitting here listening to these words, is not your true self. It's a facade. It's a facade. A mask you've crafted over years of compromise, fear and self-doubt. But what if I told you that beneath this mask lies a version of you so powerful, so radiant, that it could transform your entire existence? Close your eyes for a moment. Envision the absolute best version of yourself. See it clearly in your mind's eye. How does this version of you walk? How does it speak? How does it interact with the world? Here's the shocking truth. That version of you is not some far-off dream or unattainable ideal. It's the real you waiting to be unleashed. Every day, you wake up and unconsciously choose to be less than you truly are. You settle for mediocrity, convincing yourself that greatness is for others, not for you. But why? Who decided that you couldn't be extraordinary? Who planted the seed of doubt that has grown into a forest of limitations? The world you see around you, the circumstances of your life, are nothing but a reflection of your inner state. Your current reality is the sum total of your past thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions about yourself and the world. If you're not satisfied with what you see, there's only one solution. Change the inner world, and the outer must follow. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to effortlessly attract success, love, and abundance into their lives? It's as if the universe conspires in their favor. What's their secret? They've realized a fundamental truth about reality. Your outer world is a mirror of your inner world. These individuals don't behave as trying to become successful or loved or abundant. They behave as if they already are. And in doing so, they align themselves with that reality, making it manifest in their physical experience. Now, you might be thinking that's easier said than done. I can't just pretend to be something I'm not. But that's where you're wrong. You're not pretending. You're reconnecting with your true, limitless self. Think about a time when you felt truly alive, when you were operating at your highest level. Perhaps it was a moment of great achievement, or a time when you felt completely in your flow. That wasn't an anomaly. That was you free from the shackles of self-doubt and limitation. That was you behaving as your best self. What if you could live from that state constantly? What if, instead of it being a rare occurrence, it became your default mode of being? How would your life transform? How would your relationships change? How would your career evolve? The power to make this shift lies entirely within you. It's not about changing who you are. It is about becoming who you truly are. It's about shedding the layers of conditioning and false beliefs that have accumulated over years, obscuring your true radiant self. That yes, the transformation doesn't happen by wishing or hoping. It happens through a fundamental shift in how you perceive yourself and the world around you. It requires you to challenge every assumption you've ever made about who you are and what you're capable of. Are you ready for that challenge? Are you prepared to question everything you thought you knew about yourself? Are you willing to let go of the comfortable familiarity of your current self-concept and step into the unknown territory of your highest potential? If the answer is yes, then you're about to embark on the most thrilling adventure of your life. An adventure that will lead you to the very core of your being, where you'll discover reservoirs of power, creativity, and love that you never knew existed. This journey begins with a simple yet profound understanding. Your imagination is the gateway to your transformation. Every great achievement, every monumental change in human history began as a thought, an idea, a vision in someone's mind. Your life is no different. The person you'll become tomorrow is born in your imagination today. So I ask you, who do you want to be? Not who do you think you should be or who others expect you to be, but who, in your heart of hearts, do you truly desire to become? See that person clearly. Feel what it's like to be them. Experience the world through their eyes. This is not mere daydreaming or wishful thinking. This is the first step in the profound process of transformation. By holding this image of your ideal self in your mind, by feeling the reality of it, you're setting in motion forces that will reshape your entire existence. But remember, this is not about escaping your current reality or denying who you are now. It's about recognizing that who you are now is just a small fraction of who you can be. It's about expanding your sense of self to encompass all your potential, all your dreams, all your deepest desires. As we continue this exploration, we'll delve deeper into the mechanics of this transformation. We'll uncover the principles that govern the relationship between your inner world and your outer reality. We'll learn how to harness the incredible power of your imagination to reshape you. But for now, I want you to hold on to that vision of your best self. Feel it. Breathe it in. Let it permeate every cell of your being. Because from this moment forward, that is who you are. Not someday in the future. Not when you've achieved certain goals or met certain conditions. But right now, in this very instant, you are that best version of yourself. Now it's time to align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with that truth. It's time to behave as if you are the best version of yourself. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess. It's the key to unlocking your true potential, the bridge between your current reality and the life you desire. But here's the catch. Most people use their imagination against themselves. They imagine worst-case scenarios, replay past failures, and visualize future disappointments. They're using this incredible power to reinforce their limitations rather than transcend them. What if, instead, you use your imagination to construct a new self-concept? What if you directed this power towards envisioning and embodying your highest self? Every thought you think, every belief you hold, every assumption you make about yourself, and the world around you is shaping your reality in this very moment. Your self-concept, the mental image you hold of who you are, is the foundation upon which your entire life is built. If you see yourself as limited, unworthy, or incapable, that's exactly what you'll experience in your outer world. But if you see yourself as limitless, deserving, and powerful, your reality will shift to reflect that inner vision. This isn't wishful thinking or pop psychology. It's a fundamental law of consciousness. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. Change the inner and the outer must follow. But how do we make this shift? How do we change our self-concept at such a deep level that it transforms our entire reality? The answer lies in the proper use of your imagination. Your imagination is not just a place to escape reality. It's a tool to create reality. When you imagine yourself as your ideal self, when you feel the reality of being that person, you're not engaging in mere fantasy. You're programming your subconscious mind with a new self-image. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. It accepts whatever you feed it as truth and then works tirelessly to bring that truth into your physical experience. Think about that for a moment. Every time you vividly imagine yourself as your best self, every time you feel the reality of being that person, you're literally rewiring your brain. You're creating new neural pathways that support this new self-image. But it's not enough to do this once or twice. This needs to become your new way of being. You need to live from this new self-concept consistently, persistently, until it becomes your default state. This is where many people falter. They catch a glimpse of their potential. They feel the excitement of what could be. But then they snap back to their old patterns of thinking and being. They allow their current circumstances, their past experiences, or the opinions of others to override their vision of their ideal self. Don't fall into this trap. Your circumstances are not your reality. They are the aftermath of your previous thinking. Your past does not define you. It simply reveals where your thoughts have been. And the opinions of others are just opinions. They have no power over you unless you give them power. Your power lies in your ability to choose your thoughts, to select the self-concept you wish to embody. This choice is available to you in every moment. No matter what's happening around you, no matter what challenges you face, you always have the power to choose how you see yourself. So how do you make this choice? How do you shift your self-concept in a way that's powerful and lasting? It begins with clarity. You must have a clear, vivid picture of who you want to be. Not just in terms of what you want to have or achieve, but in terms of the kind of person you want to be. How does this ideal version of you think? How do they feel? How do they carry themselves? How do they interact with others? Once you have this clear vision, you must make it real in your imagination. Close your eyes and step into this version yourself. Feel what it's like to be this person. Experience the world through their eyes. Let every detail be vivid and in your mind. As you do this, pay attention to your emotions. Emotion is the fuel that powers your imagination. The more you can feel the reality of being your ideal self, the more quickly you align with that reality in your outer world. But remember, this isn't about escaping your current reality. It's about transforming it from within. As you imagine your ideal self, bring that energy, that way of being into your daily life. Begin to walk, talk, and act as if you are already that person. This might feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel like an imposter. That's okay. It's a natural part of the process. You're stretching beyond your current self-concept, and growth always involves some discomfort. Just through this discomfort, keep holding the vision of your ideal self. Keep feeling the reality of it. Keep acting from that state of being. As you do, you'll find that it becomes more and more natural. What once felt like pretending will start to feel authentic. This is the power of your imagination at work. By consistently imagining and embodying your ideal self, you're literally reshaping your self-concept. You're changing the blueprint from which your life is built. But here's where many people misunderstand this process. They think it's about forcing change, about struggling and striving to become something they're not. Nothing could be further from the truth. This process is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself. It's about shedding the limitations and false beliefs that have held you back and embracing the fullness of who you truly are. Your ideal self is not some external standard you're trying to live up to. It's the truest expression of your own being. It's who you are when you're free from fear, doubt, and limitation. It's who you are when you're fully aligned with your deepest values and desires. As you continue to imagine and embody this ideal self, you'll find that your outer world begins to shift. Opportunities that align with your new self-concept will start to appear. People will begin to treat you differently, responding to the new energy you're projecting. You might be tempted to dismiss these changes as coincidence. Don't. They are the natural result of your shifted self-concept. Remember, your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. As you change your inner world, your outer world must change to match it. This is where faith comes in. Not blind faith in some external power, but faith in the power of your own consciousness. Faith that, as you continue to hold this new self-concept, as you continue to live from this state of being, your outer world will inevitably align with it. This faith is crucial because the changes in your outer world may not happen overnight. There may be a lag between your inner shift and its outer manifestation. During this time, it's essential to stay true to your new self-concept, to continue behaving as if you're already your ideal self. This is where many people give up. They make an inner change, but when they don't see immediate results in their outer world, they revert to their old patterns of thinking and being. Don't make this mistake. Trust the process. Know that as you persist in your new state of being, your outer world must conform to it. Remember, you're not trying to force the outer world to change. You're allowing it to change by changing yourself from within. This is the true secret of personal transformation. It's not about manipulating external circumstances. It's about aligning your inner state with your desire. As you continue this practice, you'll find that it becomes easier and more natural. What once required conscious effort will become automatic. You'll find yourself naturally thinking, feeling, and acting as your ideal self without having to remind yourself to do so. This is when true transformation occurs. When your new self-concept becomes so ingrained that it's simply who you are, not who you're trying to be. When behaving as your best self is no longer a conscious choice, but your default state of being. But even as you reach this state, don't become complacent. Your ideal self is not a fixed destination. It's an ever-evolving vision. As you grow and evolve,